Oh gosh, here we go again. Good morning. Still good morning. How you doing? Good morning. How you doing? Um, this is hopefully it's a quick one, but this really is a message in regards to whatever spirituality you partake of. If you're a priest, if you're elder, whatever, it doesn't matter. As long as you know that you're guiding other people, this is what this is about. Okay, the message was that you really have to let people understand what they put out there comes back. In regards to the energy that you're putting forward. People have to be taught from the beginning, whatever spirituality that they're getting into. They have to be taught from the beginning. Good morning, sweetie. How you doing? They have to be taught from the beginning that your thought process brings about a reality, regardless of whatever that is. Because what we're dealing with now, and I'd said this years ago, the ancestors, that's one thing that we all have in common. We all have ancestors. And we all have a higher science or practice that we deal with, whether it's the Orishas, whether it's, Voodoo, Akan, whatever. There's Mami Water, there's always a higher divinity that we deal with. We have to let people that are coming into our spirituality or our way of life, we have to let them understand that they have a responsibility for their own thoughts, their own power. The own power that they carry. They have a responsibility for that. Because if you don't get that what you do has repercussions, whether they're good, bad, indifferent, you're going to come up against blocks. You're going to come up against problems. What I'm realizing is that a lot of people do lack integrity. At the school, we have a thing where it's saying, do the right thing even when nobody's watching. Integrity. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people do what they want because they think they can get away with it. Years ago, there was an elder that said, don't have your own account. And I was like, what does that mean? Meaning that when somebody does something wrong to you intentionally, they've created an account for themselves because that energy that they put out, because remember, first and foremost, before you spit fire or spit a curse or spit any negativity at another person, the first person it's coming from is you. So that energy has been built up in you before you spit it out. So the saying is, before you don't have your own account. So if somebody does you wrong, remember they've built up an account already. They've opened up an account for their self and for their journey. Now, if you don't see this morning, this is why I love spirit. I ask every day to be a vessel, to allow information to come. We was doing testing, so I asked, I'm having to pace the room because, the children are on the computers and stuff. So I was like, okay, this is like a meditative space. So give me something that I could understand. So what they were saying is that, there are civilizations, other civilizations in other worlds that have understood the power of the mind, meaning that they've elevated their mindset to understand that what you think about, you bring about. We already know that, that the law of attraction, so to speak. But they've elevated their mind to say, what you think about, you bring about in a space that what you think for somebody else is already done to you. So if you don't want somebody to hurt you, you don't hurt somebody else with your thoughts, because they've got to the space where they've elevated their thought process that it was instant manifestation of your thoughts. So that whenever you like they say, karma, it was an instant. So you think negatively of somebody, it was an instant manifestation for you and them. So it's like, oh, no, I can't have that. So what they've done is they've elevated their space where, this negative thinking about people doesn't really exist. Meaning that you don't want anybody to think negative of you, so you shouldn't do the same to anybody else. Not only that, they got to the point where even in a disagreement is because the lack of knowledge or the lack of truth isn't there. So they would communicate just so that the truth will present itself, so each party would be understanding in a way that the clarity was there, that even if they didn't know it before, they know it now. And if the other person knew it, they was grateful that the other person received the message. So this is what they were saying. This is what they're telling me other worlds have done other civilization, other worlds have done with the power of the mind, because you know the mind is creative. Everything that we have right now came from thought. So basically it's saying that with all the negativity that's going on in the world, remember that I did a video about homo love and homo hate, because we're being utilized, whether we like it or not, to bring about certain energies. And I don't care if you are the most powerful person on earth or the most meek person on earth. The same energies that you're dealing with is the same energies that we're all dealing with. So basically, don't build up your own account. Yeah, don't have your own account. Exactly. So it's like there is an account that you set up that I spoke to one elder the other day, and it was like, have you not realized that a lot of people die because of the things that they've done? You know, the manifestation of the energy that you put out there could come back as sickness. It could come back to somebody that you love. It could come back as, you know what I mean, something that you're going to have to end up living with, whether it's, you know what I mean, having to care for somebody, or, you know, having to, you know, can't walk again, or some kind of sickness. These are things that are building. And I'm not saying this is all the time. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is all the time in regards to things happening. Yet there is ramifications for your thoughts and your actions. So when you intend to harm another, whether you think you can sit in your yard and nobody knows what you're doing, the spirits and the energies are already watching you. So the fact that they're watching you, they already know. So that, you know what I mean, it's already checked off. Okay, they've done that. You've set up your own account. So the saying is, don't have your own account, because you know what? I know when somebody's attacking me. I know when somebody's saying something. You know, my energy gets low. I feel very sleepy. But my thought process, I don't have to do anything, because those that walk with me and walk support me will show me what I need to do in regards to doing, you know, do a reading, do a bar, and keep it moving. So whatever, my thing is, if you have the strength and the power to fix your mouth, to want to harm me with your mouth, the same words you will swallow. You will swallow the same words, and you will hurt yourself the way you tried to hurt me, is my thought process. I don't have to call a name, because whatever your intention is will be for you. It won't come from me, because I've already blocked that. But this is what I'm saying about you having to be responsible for the power that you carry. And it's like, we have to teach people coming into this tradition that there is a responsibility for the things that they do and say. Now, I can only go by Orisha and Ifa, because that's what I deal with. You got people that see in the spirituality of it, or the magic of it, and want to possess that magic, want to possess that way of being, so that they can manipulate, use that magic to make themselves look big and bad and broad. Okay? If you don't let them know that there is repercussions for these actions, there's repercussions for you utilizing this energy in a negative way. You don't get away with it. I don't care who, what, where. I don't care who you are. Nobody gets away with it. It may seem to get away with it. Like I said, they said in other worlds, everything comes back. It's an instant thing. So you kind of don't want to think that way, because you get it back instantly. What we do, we can do something, and there's a pause, or there's a what do you call it? What's the word? There's a delay in how things manifest. And that delay gives you the opportunity to either shift it, change it, tweak it, you know what I mean, or not do it. You've got an opportunity to not do it, or to, I don't want to say repent, but that kind of thing. You've got an opportunity to not go that route if you choose to. But you have to be responsible for the things that you do and say. If you don't get that you're responsible for this, you're going to get yourself hurt. You're not only going to get yourself hurt, you're going to get other people hurt, the other people that are close to you, that are oblivious to the things that you're doing. You know, and like I said, any type of spirituality is supposed to elevate you in your mind, in your thinking, in your ways, your character. It's supposed to elevate you to a point where that you, each one teach one. You are a custodian of a culture. You are integrating the higher sciences to you, so you can then assist another person on their journey, so they can be a better person to assist somebody else on their journey. Everybody needs help. But you have to be responsible for the things that you do. You can't be teaching somebody all the negative juju because, you know what I mean, you can get something. Because trust and believe, they will get hurt. Because there's always somebody bigger and better that knows more things. You know what I mean? And even still, there's an account that you create for yourself when you don't acknowledge that you are responsible for the things that you do and the things that you say and the things that you do to other people. There is an account, and that account will get so full that it has to cash out. And when you cash that out, sometimes it's a cash out that you've been taken out. Period. Dot end. You know what I mean? So you have to look at the responsibility of this information, this knowledge, this wisdom. We have so many wonderful priests that are very powerful and very knowledgeable, and because they have ashe, they have the power of the word, they can manifest so many things. They can heal so many people. They can enlighten so many people's lives. They can change somebody's perspective that their life never is completely changed. There's so many things that you can do with that integrity, with that good character. But like I said, you don't think that you're responsible for the things that you do, it's going to come into you like a tidal wave and you are not going to be able to deal with it. So this message was to understand. I just saw a butterfly flying by, a nice big yellow butterfly. Is to understand that you are responsible for the things that you do and say. And we as custodians of the culture, regardless of what culture that you deal with now, it is your responsibility to teach those coming in from ground level the responsibility that they have. Like I said, a lot of people that I talk to, I'm like, first of all, you have to know you. You have to get to know you. You have to get to know your shadow. The things about you that are not favorable or, not savory. You know what I mean? Work on those things about you so you can eliminate them. Once you've eliminated those character flaws or traits in you that don't serve you anymore, you leave room for more knowledge, higher wisdom, higher sciences to come in and take up residence in the space that you had all that negativity. But it means that you have to do the work. Nobody's exempt from doing the work. I don't care who you are. You don't get to any place without doing the work. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Nobody's exempt from doing the work. Okay, so this is what you have to do. You have to work on yourself, and it's a space that everybody has to deal with. And if you don't deal with those things, they come back. You know what I mean? What you think you suppressed and you've kept to the side, or ends up coming back and slapping you back to reality in a way that you were not expecting it. So again, we have a responsibility, and if we don't accept that responsibility, it will be taken from us in ways that we don't like. So I hope this was clear enough. Because the way I felt it was very strong, and I hope it was clear enough that we have to start moving with more integrity. There's enough negativity out here. There's enough socially, economically that we're having to deal with without us having to manifest more negativity because of the jealousy, the envy, the backstabbing, the lack of unity, or because you got this, I don't want you to have that, all of that rubbish that people seem to do behind closed doors. It's enough. The ancestors, the Orishas, the ancestors, like I said, that we all have in common, we all have ancestors. They are tired of this. They are tired of this. There's better things to do. There's more things that we need to do with our time as opposed to using it for negativity. So, like I said, be responsible for the power that you carry and know that you are here to assist others. This way of service. That's the journey. We of service to others. And you know that you are, because other people will continue to come to you. And that's just how it is. They come to you to be assisted from some place in their life that they don't seem to be able to move on from. And you don't do the work for them. You give them the tools to do the work for them. And the tools is that information that comes from a higher space that allows you to assist other people in what they need for their journey. You know what I mean? Everybody's different. There's no cookie cutter situation that one thing fits all. Everybody's situation is different. But you have, if you're open to that, you have the knowledge and the wisdom of the higher sciences, of the gods, the orishas, the ancestors, to allow that information to flow through you. But like I said, you are responsible for the power that you carry. You are responsible for what comes out of your mouth. You are responsible of how you guide another person. And if you know that you're guiding people with the intent to defame or take from them in a way that benefits you but makes them lose, you will suffer the consequences. They're not playing nowadays. These days and times, they're not playing in these tight days and times. You have to have integrity in what you do, especially when you're using a higher sight. You have to have integrity and how you manifest things. You have to have integrity of how you're guiding people's lives, because you know what? You are guiding somebody's destiny. You are not just telling somebody something and no, you're guiding somebody's life, because you know what? If you hadn't given them that information, they may not have done what you said. Would have put them in another predicament. So that means that you are responsible. You know what I mean? You have a moral and you have a moral duty to do the right thing. Like I said, integrity, one of the lessons that they say in school. Doing the right thing even when nobody's watching. You know what I mean? There was another conversation I had. You know when people do things and be like, well, why'd you do that? Reality is because you wanted to. Whether it was good or bad, it doesn't matter. You did it because you wanted to. That was a choice you made. So that you make those choices, you suffer the consequences from it. You know what I mean? We can't save everybody from making bad choices, because you know what? We all have our own mind. But what we can do is, if we have the ability to speak with truth, we can influence people to want to do the right thing, to think about the things before they do it. Because, granted, you're going to manifest it regardless. So anyway, I don't even know what the time. Let me see what the time is before. Oh, I still got a little bit of time. Oh, is it doing it again? Okay, I thought it had left. But yeah, so like I said, this is very much a space of you being responsible for the power that you carry and the things that you say. And understanding that the manifestation of the things that you do and say is becoming very real. And people that are not doing things with integrity are not going about doing things to, people that are harming other people. You're seeing people's lives are being taken, or people are being stricken by a lot of sickness, or people are being stricken by, you know what I mean? Other things that you'd be like, damn, what happened there? You know what I mean? So, like I said, be mindful of the things you do. Like I said, I don't, people who know me, and I mean people who truly know me, know that I don't go about to try and harm anybody. Stuff comes at me many times, but they know in my heart that I don't go out to harm anybody. And the reason why is, I remember the best form of attack is defense. Defend yourself, do elbow, keep quiet, keep it moving. And in that, you already know what walks with you, protects you, and guides you, gives you the heads up. You know what I mean? When you know that you have that kind of energy that walks with you, you don't fear stuff coming at you. And you will see, you know what I mean? You live long enough, you're going to see the manifestations of what people have done to you. And you ain't got to do nothing. This is the thing. If you have faith and trust in the spirits and the guides that you say guide you, then why would you need to take things into your own hands? That's not a necessity. That's an ego that makes you think that, oh, because I know this, I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. And in showing them, you're feeling it yourself. Because the first place it starts is within you. You're conjuring that up to send at somebody else, but you're conjuring that energy up in you. So what do you think it's doing to you first? This is what we don't get. Everything that we spit out, any kind of hatred we spit out at others, we hate it in ourselves. So again, those other worlds that have mastered the power of the mind, understand what I don't want done to me, I can't do to somebody else. And in understanding that, they've elevated themselves to say that they've eliminated the space of like wars or, disunity or things like that. They've eliminated that space just by the power of their mind. Now, like I said, things do happen, emotions, we have emotions, things do happen, but the mere fact that they've chosen not to do something to somebody else because they don't want it to be done to them, that is eliminated so much stuff, that the things that we deal with on a daily basis. So, like I said, we have a duty to understand that the power that we carry is our responsibility. The things that come out of our mouth is our responsibility. We have to teach those coming in that don't know nothing about this spirituality the power and the responsibility that they have to know that whatever they do with this is either a consequence or a blessing to themselves and to others. But I'm gonna leave it there because, that was what I got today was to me was powerful enough. So, like I said, love you all. I wish you a good day, and I hope this message is understood and it does what it's supposed to do. And remember, integrity is everything. Integrity is everything. You don't have integrity, you ain't really got nothing. I don't care who, what way you are. You don't have nothing. Because, you know what I mean, whatever you're going to manifest is not going to be of the highest energy anyway, because you are bringing about something with a lesser energy, so, or a lesser form of power, you know. Because even when people do wrong, even when people do negativity, they seem to feel that they're very powerful in doing that. Yet they are limiting themselves because there's so much more that you can do. You know what? I'd love to read everything that you're saying. It's just that one is dark, two, I got my glasses on. Okay, received. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. I'm really trying to see that. I gotta get these fixed somehow. This is getting on my bloody nerves. But yeah, we have a job to do, and everybody who is a custodian of this culture, everywhere. I don't care what part of the world you at, how big you are. If you are an Orisha or Ifa priest or whatever priest you are, you have a responsibility for the people that you're dealing with. Kenneth, discipline. I can't even look, y'all. So, discipline. But what if something was done on me? I have the right to defend. Of course you have the right to defend, but you know what? As I said, the best form of attack is defense. Defending yourself is protecting yourself. What you send back out to somebody else, this is the thing. People don't get it. You can do what you want. You have a choice. You could do whatever you want. If you want to send the same stuff back, the wrath, and you want to put their name on a piece of paper and send that stuff back, or you want to put it in your pot, you have every right to do that. Just know you are opening an account for yourself, because the same energy that you're sending out is gonna come back. It is a pot. Just imagine it as a barrel that you sitting there with everything that you put out there, every thought that you have, every negative thought that you have. You're setting yourself up because that energy is coming back. I don't care who you are, how powerful you are. This stuff happens, and this is the thing that we're not taught. We're not taught that the power of our mind is the stuff that we create. We live in the creation of our manifested thoughts. So if somebody attacks you, yes, it's damn right you're supposed to defend yourself, but does that mean that you're supposed to attack them too? With a lack of knowledge, that's what you're going to do. With the faith and trust that you have in the powers that be, you already know that stuff's coming back to them. So you ain't got to do that. You just got to sit back and relax because you know that that's what's going to happen. But we're not taught these things. We're not taught these things. We're not taught that the way we think, we bring about, we manifest these things. We manifest our reality by our thoughts. The power that we carry, that's what I said, we are responsible for the power that we carry. We are responsible for what comes out of our mouth. The power of the word can curse or heal a person in any given time. That is our responsibility. And if we don't understand that, we're going to have a lot more people that are going to get hurt. This is something, when it comes to this spirituality, regardless of which direction you want to come in, it's integrating the higher knowledge with who you are now so that you can better serve yourself and better serve humanity. And if you don't get that it's a lot. This is not a small topic. So I know I'm going to have to come back with this again, but I'm going to come back in a way. I'm just going to let them give it to me. But anyway, I got to go because I think my time is practically up, because, this is my lunch break. But anyway, again, I love you all. Thank you for listening, and I appreciate, if you don't understand, if what I'm saying doesn't make sense or you don't agree with what I'm saying, put it in there. Let me know, because if there's something that I'm refusing to, or if I'm not acknowledging or I'm not seeing, I would like to be told or shown another way. All I'm saying is you are responsible for everything that you bring about. Everything that you think, everything that you think about somebody else, you're responsible for that. Your thoughts create your reality. Okay? So, again, love you all. I gotta go. And I appreciate you listening and I appreciate you watching. Okay? Till next time. Much love. Peace out. Oops.